What is up, everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. I hope you guys have had a great week so far. This week has been super hectic for me personally, but welcome back to another episode of Tuesday Talks. So if you are new here, every single week I give you guys an episode basically where I break down my personal life a little more in depth, give you guys a walkthrough, and show you guys that I go through things too. I have my own experiences and you should not feel like you are in this alone. So I try and let you guys in a little bit more into my personal life, and that's why I make these episodes. And for this one, I thought, what better episode or what better setting for this episode than what I do when I get home from work every single day. So pretty much I stick to the concept of empty out my lunchbox, empty out the dishwasher, do little chores around my house, and then you guys are going to see me make my pre-workout meal. So that is basically how the structure of this video is going to go while I talk about how my past week has been. So in this video, I'm going to kind of go over some of the topics of my life. I've mentioned this in previous videos, but the three main things for me when it comes to my life is my career progress, my bodybuilding progress, and then just my personal progress. These are three aspects of my life that I try and really focus on. I try and make progress in every single week. And so that's how I'm gonna format this video. And that is what I want you guys to kind of know about me, is those are the three topics that I care about, and that's what I'm gonna be talking about in this video. So in terms of the career progress, like I mentioned previously, a lot of my career progress has been revolving around progressing in the training at work. So if you don't know, I work in an office situation, pretty much your typical 9 to 5. And overall, it has been really great. I do work in, I guess you could say, the finance industry. I am still in training technically. I have about 3 more weeks left in that situation, but it really has been a lot of learning every single day. I've been making a lot of progress. I've been keeping my caseload up. I've been getting a lot of stuff done recently, and we are now moving on to our next section of training pretty much, which is super in-depth, a lot of paperwork, and it has not been a lot of fun. It has been causing a lot of stress on my plate, which is to say the least. But overall, my work, I feel like I've been putting in a lot of work, and I've been making a lot of good progress as well, at least from my own perspective. In fact, yesterday, I got to meet with a manager for a different group, I guess you could say. They're a different team, but they basically do the same thing that I'm doing currently, but under more important clients. And so that would be a really great next step for me in my personal journey. And I met with her and she said there might be an opportunity coming in the future, and that if I keep working hard, then my name will be on that list. So that was probably the biggest update when it comes to my career. That meeting was really good, and obviously I will update you guys if anything big happens when it comes to my career in the future. Now, moving on to the bodybuilding side of things, this past week, I've been making a lot of good progress. I've been working out really hard. I feel like I've been doing overall really well the past week. And then I'm gonna be honest, but on Sunday, I really kind of let myself go. I ate out a bunch. I overate big time. It really just wasn't a great day for me in general. I still did my cardio. I tried to make it a rest day, but then something just slipped, I guess you could say. I really did show a moment of weakness, and I reflected on that recently, and I have rebounded quite well yesterday and today. But I felt like I would let you guys know that even though I'm training hard, even though I'm sticking to my diet 95% of the time, if not more, there are situations where everything's not perfect. There are situations that I slip up. And so specifically when it comes to the diet portion, I am trying to perfect that, I guess you could say. I'm in kind of that middle ground still where I don't know if I should be pushing the calories super high or if I should be holding off and trying to stay relatively lean while I'm working out and gaining some performance in the gym. So I'm still kind of in the middle ground when it comes to the food aspect, but I think training has been really well. I've been very consistent when it comes to the training and mostly the eating, but I did have that slip up this week, so I felt like I would be honest with you guys and let you know that that kind of happened, because that was a pretty big moment this past week where I kind of came to that realization that I do need to focus a little more. I can't let weakness drive me. I can't let those moments of weakness determine who I am. I have made a lot of progress, and so I need to just move forward, continue on, get back to what you need to do, and then you're going to look back on your life and have these amazing goals that you have achieved because you got back on the horse, you kept working out, you kept dieting, even though you had that moment of weakness. But overall, the training's been great. Obviously, I had that moment, whatever. We're past that. Overall, bodybuilding and the progress I've made this week have been great. On Saturday, I did work out with a buddy of mine, and that has been a lot of fun. I think that we're gonna try and work out a little more frequently as well. So that might be something that you guys get to see in the future, but it was nice to kind of have that experience. I'm very used to working out alone, and so that was a new experience for me, especially in this new city. He was actually one of the first people I met here in this city, and I feel like it might be a good relationship to have. Moving on to my, I guess you could say, my personal development, my mental development, whatever you want to call it. That's what this week has mainly been about, I guess you could say. This week I've made a lot of progress when it comes to my content creation. I feel like my videos have been better. I've been posting more consistently. I've been getting more exposure. So a lot of that has felt really good this past week, and I'm very proud of myself. I'm trying to read more. I'm trying to get into books more. Overall, there are things that I can still improve on. Obviously, we can always still improve. But when it comes to my personal life, or I guess you could say my personal goals, I feel like I'm doing well. I feel like I'm managing my money a little bit better. I'm just more focused. I'm more low key. I just want to focus on moving forward. I want to focus on what I can control in the moment and let everything else just be. I think that's a very big, important thing when it comes to people that are highly ambitious. It's easy to feel like you can control a lot more than you actually can. And so you tend to hold yourself to a high standard, and then when things don't go your way because you cannot control everything, it causes you to crumble, or it ruins your life, or it just feels like everything is not going your way because you're trying to control everything. And so that has been a big adjustment for me personally, is realizing that some things are out of your control, but controlling what you can is super important. And I feel like this week was a good step in the right direction towards making progress in that aspect. But yeah, so overall, those are the 3 things that I have been working on this past week. Obviously, not the best week, not the worst week. It's just one of those weeks that you're glad happened, you're past it, you're moving forward, and you're conscious of it. And so now that I'm conscious of it, I'm very glad and fortunate that I'm in the place I am, talking to the people I am, and I'm doing what I want to do. So that overall wraps it up for this past week. In order to update you guys a little bit on this upcoming week, this upcoming weekend, I am going to see Spider-Man on Saturday. Super excited for that. And then my dad actually comes into town this weekend. I get to spend a little bit of time with him. I haven't seen him, I guess it's been probably a little over 2 months now since I graduated college. Yeah, I guess 2 months now. So I haven't seen him in about 2 to 3 months. So it'll be good to see him for a weekend. I'm sure we will go out, get some food. It's okay because I work hard and I'm gonna be conscious of it. But I'm looking forward to seeing him. And then, like I said, work has really been ramping up. This week is a super busy week when it comes to work. So my main goals this week are to continue pushing myself in the gym, continue sticking to my diet as much as I can, as well as post content. posting a ton of content, keeping this momentum strong is going to be really important for me in the future, and just really maintaining control of, like I said, the aspects that I can control. Those are my goals this week. And as far as what is to come, I don't know what the future has in store for me, but if you guys enjoyed this video and you want to see next week's episode of Tuesday Talks, then you guys are going to get an update on how this week goes. So if you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button and tune in for future videos. I also make videos every single week on just really important topics that I feel like more people should talk about, and it might open your mind a little more and give you guys some insight and some things to think about. And so the whole point of this channel is to really build a community of people that want to work hard, want to be a better person every single day. And if you have that goal, then I think this would be a great place for you, because I'm someone that is highly ambitious. I know that if I put the work in, I can achieve whatever I want. And I know that you have the same ambitions as me. So if you want to watch videos of someone that is going through the same thing that you are, or maybe someone that has already gone through things that you might go through, then feel free to tune in, maybe listen to some of my experiences. And if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. And just remember to keep grinding, keep working hard towards your goals every single day, and make people remember your name. Peace out, guys. I'll see you in the next one.